how's everybody doing? Y'all look good. Do y'all remember the mandatory shutdown when the whole world got a chance to see how it feels to be locked up, locked down in 2020 for something you didn't do? Y'all remember? In my opinion, the kids got the shorty end of the stick. Now the kids was already slow. They had to be homeschooled by some slow parents. You know, that was double trouble. Now my nephew, he had already got expended like 2 weeks before the shutdown because the teacher had asked him to spell orange. And he asked her, he said, "You talking about the fruit or the color?" and she said, "You getting smart with me?" He was hysterical because nobody never told him he was smart. And he just couldn't stop laughing, so they had to send him to the principal's office and he got expelled. So when school resumed, he was able to continue his driver's training class. He passed, can you believe it? He was slow, but he passed driver's training. So he told his dad, he said, "Now that I got my license, can I drive your car?" He told me, he said, "Well, I'm going to give you 30 days. Bring your grades up. I want you to read the Bible more, and I want you to cut your hair." Because you know, back in 2020, people wasn't cutting their hair, washing their hair, or even combing their hair. So after the 30 days was up, he brought that F up to a D. That was showing progress, right? Yeah, and every time his dad saw him, he was reading the Bible. And he was so excited about that. But he said, "Son, you didn't cut your hair." He said, "You know, I was reading the Bible. I see where Samson had long hair, Daniel had long hair, and even Jesus had long hair." And my brother told him, he said, "Yeah, they did, but they walked everywhere they went to, didn't they?" Yeah, he wasn't that slow. And so, you know, the parents, they was really, really slow too, because we had to give I had to volunteer with distributing the computers and the laptops and all that to the parents. And they had to sign their name on a dotted line. And so I asked this one guy, I said, "Would you please sign your name?" He printed it. I said, "I need your signature." He said, "I did." Slow. I said, "No, I need you to write it in cursive." He said, "Oh, you wouldn't know smart aleck one, huh?" And so I had to literally sign my name so he could see what I meant. He said, "Why you just didn't tell me to write it in longhand?" I said, "Long hand, short hand, right hand, wrong hand. I just need you to sign your name." And also, they had to set up a cash app account. Now, most people didn't have it, but in 2020, everybody got one, right? So I had a group of people who I was helping set up their cash app account. So I told this guy, I said, "Now I need you to write $, your name, and 4 digits. I walked away and came back, and he wrote DOLLASIGN, and then my name, right? I say, $. He said, "I wrote it." I said, "Well, the money sign." He wrote MONEY. I told you they slow. I said, "No, the S with the 2 lines." He said, "Why you just didn't say the $? I said, "That's what I said." Slow, you know. And it's so amazing to me how these teachers had to deal with this on a regular basis. I just had a short stint of it. Now they need an increase in teachers' salaries. They really do. Yes, they do. So, another question I want to ask. Did anybody was affected by the power outage a couple of months ago? Did everybody power get restored?
Yeah, eventually. 4 days later. After 4 or 5 days.
Is anybody power still out? You know what? I couldn't believe it. Now, my power was out like 2 weeks before everybody else's power went out. And so when the power got restored, I thought I'd be the first one to get restored. So I'm mad. I done ran out of patience. I called DTE. I'm huffing and puffing, and lady so nice and kind to me. She said, "What's your zip code?" I told her. She says, "No power outage in that area." I said, "Yes, it is." She said, "What's your address?" I gave it to her. She said, "Wait a minute, ma'am." She came back. Now she got an attitude. "You ain't got no power outage. You got shut-off outage. You ain't paid no bill in 4 months." She said, "I'm surprised you had power all this time." no power outage. You got shut off outage. You know, and I was trying to be nice too. I changed down nice. So I said, well, you know, I suffer from CRS. She said, what is that? I said, I can't remember stuff, so I didn't forget to pay it. I just didn't remember. I said, because I'm an outstanding citizen, so can't you help me? She said, if you don't pay this light bill, you're going to be outstanding in the cold. She hung up over it. But you know, and I was just really getting ready to get some sympathy from her. Because I wanted to explain to her that I was diagnosed a few years ago with an incurable disease called AGE. Age. So I went back for my annual appointment last week, and so my doctor said, I told my doctor, I said, I've been struggling with your diagnosis, because in my mind, I still think I'm 27, and I want a second opinion. He said, don't you have a daughter? I said, yeah. He said, how old is she now? I said, she's 38. He said, you think you're 27, and you want a second opinion? I said, yeah. He said, well, we got a psychiatrist that come in on Thursday. Maybe we can squeeze you in. And I started thinking, I said, well, I don't want no psychiatric evaluation in my medical record. Maybe it's true. Maybe that's why all them people was calling me ma'am and miss. And maybe that's why I was getting all this unsolicited mail from AARP, Social Security Administration, Medicaid Part A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you name it. I got a card saying I qualify for a medical alert device. And I'm throwing all this away. And then I thought about it, I said, well, maybe that's why when I walked in the store, the guy told me, hey, mama. I said, hey. He said, let me know you get ready to check out, because I'm going to give you the discount. He was fine, too. He was a little bit older than me. He was about 30. So I'm shopping. I'm just putting everything in my buggy because he liked me. And I might be getting this stuff free. So when I get ready to check out, he gonna tell me, ma'am, you ready? I said, ma'am? Who he talking to? He just called me mom a few minutes ago. And I found out I was a mutton and sheep wool. You know what that is? That's old folks trying to wear young people clothes. You know, you see them all the time. You see them from the back. You think they look nice and cute. And then when you see them in the face, you can say, oh, Lord, whatever happened to Baby Jane? Yes, indeed. So I said, well, maybe there's some truth to this. So, you know, with this AGE, there's some side effects. The main one for me is WEIGHT. Weight. Now, I can't get rid of this buzz to save my life. I've been trying everything. My daughter gave me a newfangled scale, and I got on the scale, the lights start blinging, and the siren starts singing social distancing, one person at a time. So I went running to Weight Watchers. It don't work. That's why they changed the name to WW. I said, WW mean wondering why I can't lose no weight. But I'm still eating cookies, cakes, and pies and ice cream. And my girlfriend told me, she said, have you ever considered doing crunches? I said, that's part of the problem. Nestle Crunch, Captain Crunch. Now they even got crunchy chicken in my gas station. So I can't win for losing. Yes, indeed. But you know what? This AGE, it ain't all bad. It ain't all bad at all. Because you get a little WISDOM. That's wisdom. Now, my neighbor, Mr. McDonald, that lives next door to me, he has a more severe case than I do. He goes to bed at 6. I stay up late. I don't go to 8. Now, he getting ready to go to bed. He noticed he had left his lights on in his garage. So he go to the garage, and he see those two guys. So he go back in the house and call the police. And the police say, we don't have no car available, so just lock your door. But when we do, we'll send one out. He didn't like that at all. He called back. He said, you don't have to send a car out here because I done shot and killed him, and my dog was eating up the body. Oh. Within 5 minutes, there was helicopters, police car, fire engine, EMS, all surrounding the whole neighborhood, not just the house, the whole neighborhood. And yes, they did apprehend the two guys. And so one officer asked him, he said, I thought you said you shot and killed him and the dog's eating the body. He said, yeah, and I thought you said there wasn't no cars available. That's that wisdom, you know. And I finally came to the conclusion, I know I ain't 27, you know. And I know Weight Watchers do work if you work it. But, you know, I finally got my mind together. Now they trying to mess me up talking about 60s is the new 40s. Y'all heard that? No, it's not. But what I do know is 9 o'clock is the new midnight. And that's about my time. Y'all been a great audience. Y'all can follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram, Joyce_Plucky, Plucky. Facebook, Joyce Elaine Henderson McCoy, because I am the real McCoy. Thank you.